Yo, what's up? So, Tuesdays suck. Also, Disco Elysium. Also, Game Duel. What's on the agenda? This is Turok? It's probably not Turok. It's Turok. Honest to God, I have no idea how I got that. 2K badge when? Never. I've never played Turok in my life. I want you guys to know. Green and purple. This is probably a Dragon Ball Z game, but it's very likely not. It's not this. Maybe it's Animal Crossing? I don't know, let's go for New Horizons. Oh. Plants vs. Zombies. I don't feel like doing Wordle today. So I won't. Strange hit me with the I will never learn to do damage. Where's my greeting, streamer man? Anyway. How you doing, Tenjin? So what is this Team Sonic Racing talk? It's exactly what it sounds like. Let's play some Team Sonic Racing. Also, it's too fast to do Wordle. Nah. Tuesdays suck. I don't feel like it. I hate Tuesdays. Dude, I had a migraine in my sleep. Then I wake up and I'm already dropping half my frames. So I had to reduce my bit rate. I don't remember where... Hang on. Oh. You guys can't hear that yet. Well, I mean, you can kind of hear it, but... nothing really happening. There you are. Tuesdays ain't Mondays. Mondays suck. You know I got a Sonic game you guys could do. Yeah. What is it? You actually for real now? Or I am. I'm serious. What's up, Boone? Where was I? What was the last thing we did? Spoke to the guy on the rafters. Probably don't have anything more to say to him. Let's just leave, I guess. Alright, just let me know which day I have to cry on. Are you free next Monday? Dude in the rafters, Strong's twin. I am indeed. Next Monday, Team Sonic Racing. What's up, Ninja? Seen the latest Indiana Jones movie, and it sucked. Oof.
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore.
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibber danger. I am the rearranger.
What?
Back to the heavyweight jam.
Says the young man with the tape player and the large Boydero boots. Lung-shaped trees sprout on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the whirling in rags hostel. Still say nothing?
All car! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
Lets out an agonized roar over the feebleish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't. Let's egg him on. Do you have a gun? No, I don't. Sonic Team Racing. Actually, it's called Team Sonic Racing. Since the original idea was which one of you can finish the Sonic game faster, it doesn't have to be a co-op, so Sonic 1? Nah, I don't like Sonic 1.
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. Yeah, I don't know how to respond to you now. It is?
But is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl. I don't know what to say exactly.
Under the radar, over the top.
You!
We're close.
Says the young man of the tape player and the large Boydero boots, lung-shaped trees surrounding a silver belt buckle.
Hard, full car. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All car.
He furrows.
Hardcore. Ah! Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah!
What was that?
We're close. True. Hard. Hardcore. Yeah! Luckier. We're close. True. Hard. Hardcore.
I'm gonna get something out of this guy, I swear.
He furrows his brow as
Hardcore.
No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
What the... This dude is something else. What's up, Gerlocker? Watch this disgrace to Harrison Ford's legacy in service to my great nation. Now no one can accuse me of being unpatriotic. Okay, shoot that guy. I can't. I don't have a gun. Alright, Jones, we gotta get you a gun. Don't tell me how to get the gun. I'll figure it out myself. Oh, this is some good just chatting stream. Thank you for that heads up. Of course, we're just telling you gun should be top priority now. Nah. Question is, what is the question? Just answer the question. That would have been good if I had... It would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question? We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore. Internally.
I'm gonna go nuts,
he
bro.
furrows.
The question is, but there was no question.
Ah! Okay, hold on.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
This.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yekokata. The place to be.
I'm beginning to think this really doesn't have anything to do with the case. I said that before. Why does this Yekokata... Why is this Yakuza the place to be? What does that mean?
Yakuza is a hardcore place. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcoreism internally. Good morning, yeah. It's the message, so listen and you will see. No illusion. The spirit is what you feel.
Moose baited me with that guy.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Of course, you're telling me... I already read that. This feels like a conversation we would have, Strange. Is it? Yeah, no, I believe that. Never mind.
And? What happened?
Talk to the crab man.
Oh, man. Who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual. Gave me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love. You're right, he's a true narcomaniac, and the way he climbs, it was terrifying. He seems fine.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it. Clearly enjoys a physical activity. Guy climbs like a freak. There's something sinister going on at the building's roof. I think he's getting high or something. Just
No
this.
matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
Nothing.
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Of course, he's a problem. He's a crab man. He keeps himself physically active, thinks spiritual thoughts, and doesn't drink. Who am I to evict such a person? As far as I can tell, he's not going to leave. He'll climb around up there, and guys, you'll never catch him. Actually, you told me you wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
Don't worry, I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone
I
else.
guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I didn't see the other one.
But she's in there somewhere. Has to be. Have you tried investigating the machines? Anyway, do let us know if you see her. As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
What about you?
I see you're here again. Offside, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help?
I don't think he's changed. I feel like you know a crab man. I don't. Hey, who's the other person in the theater?
The shaggy-haired girl.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
I'll help.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
This told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
Lieutenant nods. His face is stone. Okay. I saw him. I saw the crab man.
You saw him? Does it mean that you went in there? Did you see the other spooker, the one in Grandma's clothes?
No, just the crab man.
That's odd. You should search her machine. Maybe it says where she went.
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
What? Why? Whatever. What about you?
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Aha.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Okay, I don't remember... Solve the egghead puzzle. There has to be some way to talk to this person, you just haven't found it yet. It's definitely not about signs. What if you just try again? Find your way out of this maze of things to say. Oh. Noid doesn't want to talk to you. The signs are not in sync. Guess you need to help him and his friends out somehow. Prove that you're one of the crew. Who knows what he'll tell you. Reavers asked you to help turn the church into a dance club, but there are already some people inside. Find out who these people are and what they want. Or is it a cell? Refuse to talk to anyone. Talk about her friends. Maybe she'll open up later after you've helped them set up the nightclub. Alright. Egghead. Come on.
We're close. True. Hard. Full. Car. Hardcore. Hardcore to the internally all car. All
Please
right.
tell me what exactly you're doing.
Gotta get the people going.
I see.
Yeah. Request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the internally all car.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah.
I messed up.
Is it though? One mind. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the neck. Internally coherent. All car. Oh. Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's my job.
What is a party boy? I think that I'm also a party boy. What is a party boy?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
Ah!
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to internally all car. All right. Yeah. Gotta get the people. I'm the party boy. 2 on the track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack. We're close. True. Hard. It's hardcore. Skibberdy. Skibberday.
This is
We're
ridiculous.
close. True. Hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah, and say random things all day long, but the track still doesn't sound all that hard to me.
Spinning out lyrics since the day I was born. And the amount of lyrics I got is against the law. We're close. True. Hard. Full. Car. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega.
1, 2. This is the third.
Here comes the 9.
Nothing.
We're close. True.
1, 2, 3.
Internally coherent.
I did all the ones for this.
All car.
4.
Right. Yeah.
He
5.
furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah.
I did this one though, didn't I?
Is it
6.
though?
7.
Is it? I mean, really?
Question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Browns then starts bobbing his head back and forth once more.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Huh? Huh? Why are there lungs on your belt?
Lungs are for love!
Why would lungs be for love?
When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Really?
I think so.
Doesn't sound like a thing that would happen. I don't know. Thank you for the story.
Rhymes that keep their secrets will unfold behind the clouds.
Oh, we're having real conversation now? I broke through? Okay. You a thought reader.
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
The hell does that mean? Does that mean you're... What does that mean?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Revolution imperative!
Unless you were thinking Revolution imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
You're right, I wasn't thinking that.
Hardcore superstar!
You're not a thought reader, you're a communist?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
Best not to be a communist. Having extreme views on issues is detrimental to understanding all sides. This.
Oh sure, I can do that. If you want that, I can avoid taking a stand.
Please don't turn him into a moralist.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Ah! I can't catch your break. What's wrong with being moralist, huh? How far into moralism am I? Oh. Oh. Okay. Bro, what? Be a moralist, Egghead. The balance needs your help. Don't be a moralist. Wait, what am I saying? You should consider your choice carefully and rationally. Don't be a moralist. That path requires a sensible examination of all nuances unattainable to most people. I feel like it doesn't matter what I pick here. I'm gonna... Grown a moralist, who would have known? Don't be a moralist. Wait, what am I saying? You should consider your choice carefully and rationally.
Aye!
He yells. You guess Egghead is a moralist now. Well. Okay. I did that. Tell me something else,
Time
Egghead.
to compromise!
He looks at you with an almost impossibly wide, shining grin, looking to see if you approve. Obviously, one shouldn't get too hasty with their decision-making. Almost there, could use a bit more something.
Incremental change!
Appropriate.
I'm swiftly moving toward a solution which pleases nobody.
Huh? Wait, where did this come from? I kind of want to ask that. You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51.
What the heck, man?
Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
You are reminding me of the... You're reminding me of the guy that's listened to that one Linkin Park song 10,000 plus times. And that's the only song he had in his Spotify. So have you read Spice and Wolf? I have not. I heard about it a number of times, and part of me wanted to try it, but I just wasn't interested. Like a lot of manga, honestly. He already thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
It's super hardcore.
Fuck yeah, I knew it.
Is your real name Jermaine?
Dark hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Alright.
Alright! Here comes the night!
Okay then. Reading through the light novels and it's so hecking good, the manga is fine. What the heck is it about? Just some guy and a wolf chick and they're like, I don't know, out in a carriage? I don't actually know what's going on in that one. I've seen the anime, it's pretty alright, IMO. Better off just watching Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Why? Because Puss in Boots, fear him if you dare. Is that the new movie that came out with him?
So, how are things going?
As always,
Kinda wanted to watch that. About some guy that's constantly getting screwed over by economics. And Hollow is like one of the greatest characters. Okay then. That sounds interesting then. That sounds like a decent read. Just not really sure when I would get around to it, given all the other things that I want to read first. I want to finish One Piece, or not really finish, catch up with One Piece. I still got JoJo Part 7 to finish. I got about halfway through, and then I've been on like a 6-year hiatus. Finish One Piece. Yeah, I know. Alright, I'll see you in a decade. An altar shrouded in dark or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. Sign reads St. Brune 1147. What's up, Violet Bolster? Dents. Facts. Dent facts. Ay. What the? Is this a bunker? These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. The building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one. Chain trails off into the ocean. Who knows where? Yes, it's a new movie about Puss in Boots, the best character in Shrek 2. This movie is so much better than it has any right to be. That's what I heard too. Like, it was surprisingly good. Did make me want to watch it. But not enough to go out of my way to do so. I guess I'll look more into it after today. Just a little bit. Maybe I'll set up a Discord event as I feel the need to. I don't do enough with my Discord.
The mother of humanism stands above you.
There's nothing to... Well, wait, is there anything to do with this?
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing the speaker comes to life
Good afternoon. Votre accident on San
Oh, right.
Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is...
I don't have the password. And I don't know where to find it. That's my priority. Weird guy in the rafters. Pants? No, it's a scarf. Oh wait, I was supposed to walk here, wasn't I? Oh well. What's the worst that could happen? That's how I felt about Into the Spider-Verse. Ah. Interesting, but not interesting enough to want to see it. Dead phone, smash receiver, like someone hung up too hard. Can imagine why. Calls become terrible sometimes. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
There's no one to call. Have you tried the password? I don't think it's gonna work like that. Kim even told me don't even try it. It might work like that, but I have other things to do. Bars cover these long, dusty windows. What the heck? Oh, cool. Oh.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
Blonde man standing next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kisuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
The lieutenant nods. Hold on, hypertext? Wait, was that about the windows before? Hypertext? Oh yes, the animation for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It's Spider-Verse tier animation. Okay then. What about Into the Spider-Verse? It's one of my favorite movies. Nothing. Just like Gertlocker said, he saw that it was heard that it was a decent movie and was kind of interested, but not interested enough to actually go out of his way to see it. I did want to go out of my way to see it, but I didn't want to do it alone. And my friend that I was trying to get to watch it with me just didn't feel like going, so... Still gotta watch it, but I don't know how, and I'll figure that out at some point in the future. Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
He's just making up fancy words. This doesn't mean anything.
Half-Light, you might be wrong. Wait, what was that about Windows?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Okay. You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. Child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
You can watch the Spider-Verse online. Across the Spider-Verse, I would honestly say go with your friends. Not with those people not so interested. I went with my siblings. If I could, then I would, but most of them live too far away for me to actually watch the movie with them. There's only one person that lives close enough, debatably, for me to do anything like that with. But like I said, he never wants to actually do that for some reason. Hecking love Half-Light. Half-Life is something else. Went to see the movie, but we had a terrible movie experience. Oh, damn, what happened? I think if you play traditional Western RPGs, you would probably get through them faster than Disco. Not saying Disco was bad, just that this game was basically zero combat. Well, yeah, but it's not supposed to, right? It's closer to that of, I want to say Phoenix Wright or Danganronpa or any of that. It's mostly text kind of thing, where you're piecing together every bit and piece. Let me guess, annoying people bringing kids and babies, crying and screaming the entire movie. My brother rented out the entire cinema. What the hell? Every time you mention something like that, makes me feel some type of way. Oh my god. You know, do that for the fun of it on a second viewing, crying and screaming. What the heck, man? That's annoying. Watch it online when it's out. Screw those people. Staff should have kicked them out. What the heck? You know what the game is, Strange? Had one dude behind us offering live commentary on every scene. Had another group of dudes next to us who took off their shoes and sat with their armpit feet. Ay. Brother would go out of his way to weed out inconveniences. I hate mystery solving. Since when are you strong lock Holmes? You'll see tomorrow when I start at Phoenix Wright.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Points to the building again.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
What? What's so fascinating about an empty old building? You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money? Oh my god.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Look at the building looming over you. Wait, what's an R&D department?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore.
He smiles brightly, laugh lines around his eyes.
You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
Look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
Okay. I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld electric.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
He adjusts his suit jacket.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
Okay. Ugh. Phoenix Wright is more of a point-and-click puzzle game with a visual novel in it. Right. Minor spelling mistake. There's no argument to be won here. Honestly, I don't know why I said this. Just because I saw you misspell Phoenix, and I felt like pointing it out. Was Stronger just racist against this dude because he's better read than him? When? What? I didn't say that. I didn't say I didn't like this guy. What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
Wait, then why didn't some other company attempt to pick up where they left off? Unless everything that was developed was basically destroyed.
All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk? What happened to the engineers, the company people? What do the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers? How did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers? This is what I want to know. I mean, his int score is much higher than yours. He would probably be a wizard in any other game. Oh, okay, never mind. You're right then. If he is to be a wizard in a different kind of game, then I am racist against him.
They used them for military communications, but
Oh,
also
what?
to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
Oh.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky.
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
It's making me think about this entire place. And, like, what's the deal with this revolution? I don't know how else to phrase that question. I'm really wondering what was wrong with this place beforehand, involving the king and anyone, and I guess the royal family in general. Why would these people want to revolutionize like this and then do so and proceed to ruin a whole lot of things that were already being set up in this world? I don't remember that fully getting fleshed out. Just mostly that People wanted to go toward a communistic government. They attempted it, and then semi-failed. Then after that, the coalition stepped in, and now this place is just a really big gray area. They successfully toppled the current or the existing government, but then couldn't establish the new form of government before someone else stuck their fingers in it. How do those tape computers work?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
He raises his finger, remembering something.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Womty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay, the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, Paul Ockerman, Keith and Guy Juiced, what are you talking about?
The Womty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You making this up? Turn to Lieutenant Kim, is he making this up? Well, there's no place called the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center of Arts. You're making this up.
In fact, I'm not. The Womty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
That sounds cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
He takes a step back. The boardwalk creeps mournfully in the wind. I wanted to ask something else.
But of course, what else?
That's it, I guess.
Thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously inciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wunder twins Guy and Keith Juiced are the stars of the show, with their bomber jackets and white sneakers. Head curators of the art exhibition. It's the Wumpty Dom de Domiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSVP. Where are you, if you are not there? What? Why is it a thought to internalize? That's what I'm questioning. Another power box. It charges nothing now. It's empty. Fence blocks the path. No way from here.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Lieutenant raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Damn.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? Try to see what's inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Can you make out what's inside?
No. I won't even try. You know,
He takes his glasses off. Oh.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Oh. Oh. You still shoot, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
His hands lead the way when it comes to that. And his shoulders. It's reflex.
Okay. Oh, that's the broken phone booth. What's this?
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a closer look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
That's disgusting.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
Why not?
It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're already carrying around enough as it is.
Filthy jacket. I'm taking it. This filthy rag has been at the mercy of the elements for quite some time. It's streaked with seagull crap and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural processes. Can't even tell what brand it is.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
That's disgusting. Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Sure, man.
Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
Oh, let's go. We've heard worse.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Okay, but what's the crust made of?
Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night.
Okay, that's pretty disgusting.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Maybe if I wipe my hands on my pants... What would I do in this situation? I would probably flick my hands and then wipe them on something that's not my pants.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
No! No! Took damage. Damn it. Money. The makeshift roof. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. Nothing. Money. Point-operated weighing machine hasn't been used for a decade. Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. Glasses! Not gonna wear them. Big wine canister. It's open and empty.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on. Hold on, that is awful. Cover your nose. What is it? What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Kim, what's that smell?
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here.
That is a dead man.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Here.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish Kebab Revachol.
I really hope this isn't who I think it is.
It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Now, this makes partying look bad. Still, don't let it sway you. You're responsible.
God, electrochemistry.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
I really hope you're not who I think you are.
Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at it, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
And we'll equip the gloves again.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. He's wearing
Clothes.
mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Hey yo, Hermit. Thank you for the raid. How you doing, my man? How long ago was that? Was a minute ago. Forgive me, I didn't notice that immediately. I was absorbed in what was going on. Wearing mudcake boots, space trousers, and old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. Trace of kebab sauce on his chest. What happened? Did he, like, choke to death?
The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Oh no. You not reading chat or notifications just isn't anything new? Okay. You change your followers only chat because it's set to a month? Oh shoot, is it? Hermit, what are you doing? Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
Oh no, is that what killed him? Throwing, apparently.
You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
It's hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
The 2 other bottles forgotten near the coin-operated viewer. Examine the chewing gum wrap.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look at
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Damn.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
It looks south, the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
We know who this is. It's the working class woman's missing husband. Dead on the boardwalk.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
He looks at the bundle of flesh and rags lying on the ground. Other jacket, point at the man's clothes, it matches her description perfectly. Bottles all around him, point at the tear. She said he was drinking somewhere in Martinez. The library card, he was supposed to return a book. Library card? I don't remember him needing to return a book.
I can't see a book. So he took the book to the library, then came back and thought, I'll have one.
Just one drink. I have my cool jacket on. I took the book to the library. I've earned it.
Damn it. He's definitely someone's husband.
The lieutenant points at the golden ring on the man's left hand. The flesh around it is swollen and pale. Oh, dude. What do you think
Death by
happened?
misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
No. Do you think he was drunk? What about the kebab? Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous. You think he was drunk?
Oh yes.
What about the alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
We'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
He smiles sourly. It shouldn't have anything to do with the lynching.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with them?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy? We found him. We should finish this. Leave this case for the station. I don't want to spend time on it. Still need some time to decide how I want to solve this case. What about the field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
Yes, but isn't that kind of sloppy?
Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest.
Found him, we should finish this case.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Dead body in the boardwalk. Examine the library card. Library card found in a pocket of the dead man on the Martinez boardwalk. It's still slightly damp to the touch. Cover bears the stamp of Jamrock Public Library.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look at the back side.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by.
Coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. shoot, dude. Shivers? No. Moonshine probably. It smells like tasty fermentation. No! He wasn't supposed to be dead? He wasn't supposed to be dead. Where the hell am I? Oh, never mind, I know where I am. Who died? The woman in front of the bookstore's husband. Sound of life in the north. Washboard scrubs filth from fabric. Now I gotta run all the way back to her. Also, I gotta take these gloves off. Hey. She's gone! Where is she, bro? Memorize the title. Lose 87 Road City. Radio City. Rip Bozo, yeah.
You see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
So I can just call them, or I can continue investigating the other side. But I don't really know what to do over there, so let's just call. Up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to the librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Mijin, a reader.
Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
Puts down the receipt.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
Yes, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Capeside Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Do you have any other information on Billy Mijin?
It says here that
Majon.
they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
You know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
Here's someone answer from afar.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
So Billy Majon is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know that it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
You know the husband's name.
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie!
A moment passes.
She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second.
Librarian turns away from the phone again and relays the question.
Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Thank you. That's all from me. I have no other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Librarian hangs up and the call gets redirected back to the station with a soft click.
Anything else you need from me?
I'm done.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of...
Shoot. Wait. Why does this seem brighter than before? Alright, I guess I'll try to make it to where I was before. What time of day is it in the game right now? 5 p.m.? Is the door I need?
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup allons, yo. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
Hold on, Kim, we should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her he's... What if I don't want to do this?
Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
Yeah. Alright.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Before I do that...
A weathered brown. Something smells good. The lieutenant.
Open the door.
Who is it?
Voice calls out from the other side of the door.
And someone turns down the radio.
Look at the lieutenant first.
He gives you a short, encouraging nod.
Is this Billy Méjean's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please give us a moment.
You hear shuffling inside.
Tidying up. Nervously.
Us?
There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
It's just open? Hey, how's it going? Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Chalk-drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. Textbook for high school mathematics, trigonometry mostly. Clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. Posters of common contemporary pop stars adorn the walls. Oh, this is gonna make me really sad.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
She smiles nervously before the smile vanishes from her face.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink?
She
Tea,
looks around.
lemonade? We're out of coffee.
I would like some lemonade.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Did you find your gun, Strange? No, I did not. Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her face trying to read answers from your face. Her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
You don't want your body language to tell her the news.
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor often gets into all kinds of trouble. So, how can I help you?
It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
I don't want to do it. It was here, identified the leather jacket, library card, kept your composure, discussed things through with Kim, and it's the handkerchief. Leave. Do it.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
God, do I just say he's dead like that?
Yes. That's the most important thing. Use that word.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Majon, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband, Victor Majon, is dead. Very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh.
She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater. Oh.
Oh. But he was just...
She looks at the kitchen table, where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. Still early to say, but at first glance it seems like he slipped and hit his head. I doubt there was anything else that happened to him. Just fell through a hole in the boardwalk.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role, yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
Don't say 2 days. It couldn't have been long.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress. The handkerchief.
Didn't I use this handkerchief for something? Hang on. Don't give her the lieutenant's handkerchief, it's too special. Didn't I use this to... I don't know what I used this for. I don't remember. I hope that doesn't play a factor in this. Give her the lieutenant's handkerchief.
A small, terrified smile quivers on her face as she takes the handkerchief and wipes away the tears. She looks disoriented.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
It burns like acid.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
Yes, they should know. Do you want us to tell them and ask them? No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She nods, but with a wretched expression.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
I don't think that's a good idea.
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath.
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
Yeah, Kim?
You did well.
The lieutenant says as soon as you've left the apartment. The balcony feels cool and quiet with a stunning view over the district. Could have done more. Great, the case is closed then. My god. What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Alright then.
Let's go.
My handkerchief! Or should I say Kim's handkerchief? It's just gone! No! Give it back! Give it back. I want my best friend's handkerchief back. Wait, I can still report it on the carriage myself, I think.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
Radio.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you?
Oh, okay, never mind. I guess that's...
In the cabin, you see...
I guess that's entirely up to Kim. Okay, what's next? Oh, determine where the shot came from. Check the boardwalk for bullet traces. Island for bullet traces. Land's End. So I walked all the way up to here. Oh, wait, I could have fast traveled this whole time. I'm not entirely sure where... Let's travel to the church. I don't exactly know where the game intends for me to go to find where the shot might have come from.
Slow to let go of Revachol. Flex some more wet snow from above.
Look around you.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. You look around.
What's in the west?
More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings. Crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
And beyond that?
The waters turn black. Coal City in the shadow of San Martin. A boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
What is there?
Below the old mines, L'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume.
Le Royale.
Where the Philippian kings were interred, with their doctors and their admirals. Mausoleums, burial chambers, leaf gold still remains on the double door of the morning.
Le Petit Rat.
Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Deeper?
After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safle and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty. Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard.
My God. Wipe the snow from your shoulder.
Few Petit Rat return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
And further?
A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood.
North?
The abandoned church, its walls covered with hoarfrost now. One of Lissette's sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the revolution.
And further north?
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
On the islets?
The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection, way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
And on the other side of the inlet.
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Before that, before the curtains are drawn.
The Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines, Zam, Morien, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the Coalition warship, Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
Hey. Shoutouts to Kim that's just standing there. Just standing there behind me while I'm thinking about the general surroundings from this point and on.
The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox.
The Pox
was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off.
But still,
heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace. A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
No, it was home. I want more.
The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there, in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning. Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens, and the chop shops of the Zemlyaki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
What?
A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind. Coalition aerostatics hang like apparition under the cloud cover. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow.
It's below.
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff, the storm drainage, hidden bunkers, rats scuttle.
Tell me a secret of the sands, Wind.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it, but who knows?
Stop your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
Kim, you legitimately just kind of stood here behind me for maybe 15 minutes while I was thinking about all that. I feel like you should have said something. Oh, what is this? Money! Oh yeah, I never went in here. Barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Toimatiri. Take a mental note. Toimatiri seems important somehow. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. Rusted broken control box for the radio relay tower. But it's too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. What is this? Oh, is it a tie? No, it's a scarf. Tiny inlets there, off in the far distance where the posts trail toward.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Ugh, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why? I went for the physical build. My interfacing is bad? Why? This game's whack, bro. My physique and motorics mean nothing, even though they're my highest stats. Why am I so pathetic? Don't answer that. What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
Probably something that is no longer there.
Could the structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Guess we'll walk away, because I'm not going to try to break that open with no stats that will help it. There is a ladder. There's a ladder on top of the church. There has to be a way up top, right? Other way. This is the boardwalk. The dead body was over here. There shouldn't be anything else on that side.
go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
The heck?
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Okay.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
Must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage, but it's fixed now. You can go back. I'm gonna just tell him.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
I guess you're right. It was really the sign's fault. Anyway, we can go back now. No, it was all me. I caused you delay, and I'm sorry, but you can return now.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yeah.
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in.
He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind. Sup, Luca Ryan? People arrive. Ellipses, people leave. Yet again, by Felicia. Lena seems eager for your return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we've finished with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Look south where Lena would be.
Come on, Morel. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let
Yeah.
Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She's seen it.
Really? She sighted the phasmid? You didn't tell me that.
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you could go back to the whirling warm up, come back to check the traps later?
No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
Sup, Psionic? Yo, Grand Blue versus Nier trailer. Check Discord. Oh, I kind of saw what you're talking about. The new character. Isn't that one of the... She's one of, like, 2 chick characters, right? that are very similar looking. I want to say they're lesbians, but I don't fully know. Or are they sisters or something? Or both? I think I remember there being a white fox version of her, and they're really close. That's all. That's all I remember. Wake me up when I'm able to play Grand Blue versus Rising, and I'm able to play my wife. That would be fun. Is there a release date? Yuck. Pfft. Who asked you? What about this phasmid you're looking for? Tell me more about these traps. What if we check the traps for you? How do you become a cryptozoologist? Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed the traps?
Yes.
Okay. How do the traps work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
Were you using this bait? Well, he already said this, didn't he?
Locusts.
Yeah.
Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm.
What will you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Your wife is trash, my looking ass, Ram using ass. Both of these things are pluses. I don't know the series at all. Looks like you didn't fall for the Grand Blue versus Nier crossover. Oh. Yeah, no. The only reason I knew what you were talking about was because I saw a bit of a mini trailer earlier in a Twitter post. Yeah, there is a release date. Release these nuts. Got 'em. May from GG is a plus. I see your taste strange. What are you talking about? Once again, going for the... Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Is it May in GG at least 20? I'm pretty sure she's at least 20. Let me ask you about something else.
Yes. What?
What if we check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Looks at you with obvious surprise. Cryptozoology and detective work are similar. Chaos is my method. I am its scion. This.
Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention to detail, and, above all, persistence.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
Where are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them...
He gestures to the trap in front of him.
You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, But still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
The pursuit of knowledge... No, what, aren't you having fun?
Even relative to examining a week-old corpse, I'm not sure mucking about in the reeds qualifies as fun. But have it your way, detective.
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
Hey, what if I encounter the Phasma in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed.
What?
Did you hear that? Pheromones. You were right about the teenagers.
What? So it really was the Phasma that made the teenagers make out. What?
Oh, I doubt there is any connection there. Anyway, these pheromones will attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Should last you about a week.
Lay it on me.
Wise choice.
He douses you with the odd-smelling spray and then gives you a satisfied nod.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
Oh.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
Oh, he looks at the lieutenant with disdain, then puts the spray back in his pocket. Wait, what do you mean by that? I'm ready, let's get to it.
Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt. What about his eager-to-leave friend Gary there? Talk to him too, perhaps.
Tell me about this Phasma you're looking for. I honestly don't want to know more about whatever the hell this Phasma thing is. I just want to talk to Gary. That's all I want. I want to be where the people are. I want to see him dancing and walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. You just Little Mermaid me? What the heck? You seen the Persona 3 gameplay reveal? I haven't. I did hear something about a lot of the voice actors getting changed or something, though. Right? Which makes me a little bit sad, because I thought the voice acting for at least Persona 3 Portable was spot on. So I'm wondering why. I'll get going. Thing is, Steven, her age is not stated. People assume she's around 18 or younger, but there's no confirmation, so yeah, she might be like 16 or 18. I would be careful, Strones, your tastes are worrying. How did you go to reverse MILFs? I don't know what you're talking about. MILFs are still the number one. A buoy bobs in the water. The number on it says 11. These soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling. Tiny cages, carefully constructed. Check the traps. Hey. Bro, Akihiko is voiced by Noctis. The guy who voices Noctis voices Akihiko? Wait, but what about the dude that... What? Why? The dude that was there before that voiced Gaara. What's his name? I want to say Steve Blum, that's probably wrong.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer. Yellow Man. I mean, officer.
Liam O'Brien, that's it, thank you. Yellow man? Wait, what the?
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. That sounds awfully familiar. Something to keep in mind for later.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew. Sadly, I think I might be a drunk or a degenerate, maybe even both. Nobody's perfect. I'm sure you've been tempted to drink. Man. Drunks? Nah, not my style. Degenerates, though. Sure, I'll hang out with one of them. They know how to have fun. Said Akihiko voice changed? Yeah. I thought it was more than just Akihiko, though. Like the guy who voiced Junpei. I thought the dude that voiced Junpei did a, great job. But then I heard something about him losing basically all roles that he had because of allegations. Allegations for something, but I don't fully remember what. Something along the lines of some sexual thing. And then just never heard from again. Or at least not, I haven't heard from him again. Sadly I think I might be a drunk or a degenerate, maybe even both.
Dark times will do that to good men.
He nods gravely, then shifts his gaze to the pile of soggy logs at his feet. Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags? Oh no. Junpei is kind of okay, IMO. Akihiko's just so different. Don't you know it as much as I do? We need to return to Sora's roots. I'm not playing Sora's again. Screw that, dude. It's like playing Azrael, but without the plus on block. Or close proximity. I don't feel like it. I'm gonna stick to Catalina until my wife comes out. Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all.
Just admitted it, man. You put the mug in the trash container behind the whirling. Still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found in the scene of a lynching? Alright, I believe you. You look like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer.
Maybe. Okay. Yes, I did. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you?
I can fine him for possibly 20 real. I don't think I should, though. I'm not going to. Don't worry, Gary. You're fine.
Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
How did you get into the trash container? Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into the trash container? How do you get in the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Dude.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Okay, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Lieutenant remarks drolly.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
What's that strange sound? You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you? What's that strange sound? You took the armor!
What sound?
The clinking I just heard when you moved.
Really?
He fans his arms out slowly, and this time his motions are soundless.
There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
Give me that armor right now.
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles, the smell of decay.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
Let's move on for now.
I hope I can help your investigation, in my small way.
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense, truly.
You have a problem with Seolites? Lieutenant is a native of Revachol. Yes, what are they doing in Seoul up there? Scheming? Lieutenant is a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections.
He flashes
Let's change the subject.
an impenetrable smile. You cryptozoologist too.
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
There probably is a follow-up to this, but you can't think of any. Doesn't matter. Waste of time anyway. Gotta keep moving.
Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags? I already read that. I'm probably not either. I'll probably try Vera and play Vasaraga. Go with Lancer because dash cancel. Lancer? Don't think I'll return to Matera, or I don't know. Honestly, I have not documented my setups. Did 50% combos from 6M I had. I have lost all my info from labbing and don't know if I will start from scratch. But in all honesty, I might also try Beelzebub. Maybe. Most Grand Blue Versus characters don't interest me as much. Same, dude. A lot of those characters are a big whatever for me. I'm fine with playing a slower game like it is, with only high damage or long combos. with situational instances, but I'm still just too annoyed by things like the buffer window that make me get inputs that I'm no longer looking for. Try to do shimmy and then fireball, or I try to do shimmy, not shimmy, I try to do dash and then stop and then fireball, and I get a frickin' DP. Jesus Christ. Do you know anything about the man hanging...
I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I have nothing to do with that.
He shifts uncomfortably in his clothes.
He's not feeling too comfortable in his own skin. Odd, I'd say.
Give me the armor. Give me that armor right now.
Is he?
Damn it!
He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
What the heck is this? Cross-dressing, prayer beads, or anal beads? I feel like these wouldn't make a sound. Prayer beads, question
I don't pray,
marks.
officer. Faith in non-existent helpers is a sign of weakness, not for proper Revicolian men such as ourselves.
I don't think... That's a bit much, don't you think? Skill point to composure. I don't care enough to do that again. I'm gonna leave you. You.
We'll be on our way soon. Thank you again for lending a hand.
You notice anything off about your friend Gary?
No. No, of course not. Why?
Sure.
Well, he's been a little unenthusiastic about the trip. More so than usual. That's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up.
He doesn't want to say it, but this is unusual. Gary's been to the jungle with him, to places way more challenging than the coast. Why so eager to go home?
Hang on. Did I just refresh that white check?
I mean, officers.
Sure as hell did. Give me that armor!
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Something worn underneath it?
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
See, you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso.
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
The lieutenant's tone is icy. Give me that armor now. Oh, man. Lancelot, I mean, forgot his name. Ice dude. The dude with the two swords? ENF Duel had a Spectre trailer like 7 days ago, but yet has a dead player base. Yeah, because the game sucks. And they've yet to do anything about the system mechanics that make it suck. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling.
He looks at his feet.
So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning, no one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Seolite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
He shakes his head.
It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you, but...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
He doesn't muster up the strength to yell. Ask me if any question. Which group of people experience the most amount of racial discrimination in the U.S. right now? I'll get into that in a second, probably. In all honesty, I don't think I have an actual answer for that, because I don't really know. But, give me a minute. Do you know who killed the hangman?
I always thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses lynched him because of the strike. But almost everyone in town knows that. I wish I could tell you more.
He shakes his head. Give me that armor, now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
You done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
Cool. Got an assault cuirass. Okay. I'm trying to answer this poll, but I actually don't know. Yeah, okay. I don't... In all honesty, Hermit, I have absolutely no idea which group faces the most racial discrimination. Because there's the whole thing with the Black Lives Matter movement, where there's, you know, a lot of black people getting discriminated against, dying to, I don't know, some instances of, say, like a cop killing them or various other things, and then people want, like, they want that to stop, or there to be some form of justice, and therefore to be some form of justice. There's the whole Stop Asian Hate thing that was happening for a short period of time, somewhere around when COVID hit. There's people, at least on Twitter, but I don't really see it. Again, since I don't really interact with people, I don't know how bad it gets. But there's some people on Twitter that get annoyed with white people for something or other. For, I guess, history, but I mean, I would imagine that at this point most of the problems that were historically there are cleared up. Some of those problems. I feel like that one's a matter of people getting mad at the wrong people. Like, the ones that they're getting mad at aren't the ones that are part of the problem. It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near to the ocean. So I don't really know. I don't know which one might be suffering the most. That's just not a question I can answer. Legitimately.
We'll be on our way soon. Thank you again for lending a hand.
DNF Duel Lamau. Remember how some dummies were hype about it? DNF equals dead now forever. Screw it, I'm a guess. Did you know Gary was hiding armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty. I'm not one of them.
Thanks.
The man mutters in the distance. He doesn't dare say more.
He's still glad his friend stood up for him.
Okay then. How did you become a
I've
cryptozoologist?
just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
You're living your childhood dream out here? Why not be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too. So you're living the childhood dream.
It's not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
His eyes narrow. Why not just be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too.
Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
I don't. It's a profession, just like any other. Honestly, a cryptozoologist trumps most of the garbage I've seen people do. Cryptozoology does seem like a lot of wishful thinking. I don't. It's a profession just like any other.
Indeed. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
Your nerve endings tell you there is no such thing as a positive surprise.
Life surprises are mostly miserable. Has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying.
Interesting. Something for later, this close call.
Kinds of evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
You've never discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
So how many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemney, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have been proven to be real?
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Grad, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Okay. I get you. You're at 4,000, not even 1%. I don't even know what to say. That's a small number of discoveries.
Do you know what the success rate in pharmacological research is? 0.00003% of bioreactive agents have reproducibly beneficial effects. Yet science persists in the search for medicine, as we persist in our search for new species. Yes?
Tell me about this phasmid you're looking.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
So its specialized techniques is the phasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work. much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
How big is this phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodeozoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Leaves the conclusion up to you.
Seems puny, to be honest.
Okay. Why are you so interested in the stick bug? Aren't there more sensational animals out there?
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoology's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
He shakes his head.
Would be glory itself.
Okay. What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
Cryptozoologist says briskly enough that even he seems taken aback by it.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Lena said there has been a sighting of it here in Martinez.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis?
Yes. The females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
Females reproduce without males? A travesty. A crime against passion and common sense. This arouses no special feelings in me. Cool, uncool, whatever. Imagine arguing with a dude that believes in cryptids. What do you mean? What's the problem? I mean, if he believes that it exists and he's attempting to find it, what's the issue? He's not hurting anybody. My main issue would be if he's trying to kill it. Then there would be a problem. Because that thing's just existing. And to my knowledge, it's not hurting anyone. This guy thinks that the Sasquatch exists and can catch it. So? That's... yeah, no, that's where my thought starts and ends. So? Let him. It arouses no special feelings to me.
And it shouldn't. Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate.
Okay.
There's nothing dispassionate about the way he talks about the insect.
Talk about specific cryptids.
Right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it, since you've offered to help.
What cryptid did you almost catch? You said before that you almost caught one. Just tell me about a cool cryptid, any cryptid. Enough tales then, let's change the subject. Sure, what are you trying to get out of this conversation in this game by talking to him? I don't know, maybe the thing exists. Maybe we'll find it. That's what I care about. Hey, everyone can point fingers and say, that guy is dumb. He thinks this thing exists and it doesn't exist. But then there's gonna be the one time where he's right. And then guess what? And then guess what? Who's laughing now? The foot's on the other shoe. Sure Strange could find the Sasquatch by the footprints? You're funny. Me, Pepe laugh? Okay, Hermit. But yeah, everybody can yuck it up until they're the one that's wrong. You ever seen the episode of Invader Zim where there's the one woman that comes in with... like, one of the kids is discovered to have lice. And then there's the one crazy woman that comes in trying to fix everything with the lice. And then Dibs calling her crazy the entire episode because she's going on about there being a queen louse that's causing all of the lice everywhere. And Dibs just like, you're a mad woman. There's no queen louse. It doesn't exist. What's wrong with you? And then they find the queen louse and kill it. And then lice is eliminated from existence. No one has to suffer from that anymore. And the entire thing is a metaphor for how Dib lives his life. He's out here spouting all the time with Zim being an alien. And then no one believes it. He does the same thing to someone else. And then, imagine using a fictional story to prove your point. Oh my god. Cartoon Network comparison. Actually, it was on Nicktoons Network, thank you very much. Or Nick, whatever the heck. Mods, crush his skull. How dare he? What cryptid do you almost catch?
Willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull.
What are willow people?
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals, as they seem to have evolved directly from trees.
Says it in a self-explanatory, everyday manner.
They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here.
Sounds freaky. Ay, ay, ay. UFO believer? My god. Wait, so I may have seen these willow people without knowing it? How did you almost catch a willow person?
Harry and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint.
What?
It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow dashing through the grove.
And then?
I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lavender shadow.
He smirks.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone than to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined. Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic.
And what else sighting in the Phasma is that?
Confirmed. It's 100% verified and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting.
Tell me about a cool cryptid, any cryptid.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories. Me? I'm not a people person. unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
He brushes an errant strand of hair from his eye. Enough tales then. Let's change the subject.
By all means.
Bye. The way people were hyped for DNF Duel, they were on the initial release, not after they got to play the game. I feel bad for anyone who might have bought the game and then it's season pass. I don't know how many people that might be, but anyone who did, unfortunate fate for them. Oh, is this B prime? Or one of? Isn't that almost every fighting game with a whole season pass thing? Yes and no. I don't feel super bad for anyone that might have bought, say, the season pass for Street Fighter 6, unless that just goes downhill. Wait, are these the pants that... Oh, it's a hat. Okay. Anyone that might have purchased a season pass for Street Fighter 6, I wouldn't feel that bad for. Because the game itself is good at base. But anyone that bought, say, the season pass for Grand Blue, like the first season pass, that one's a real toss-up. You could love that game or hate that game. I personally didn't like it. Mostly just because of the buffer window. But anyone that does like it, they're sure, whatever.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
My God, Kim. Damn, I was hoping it would be in the first one. No need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm hoping some citizens... And... I'm helping some citizens getting some fresh air. Be there in the next one, surely. No need to grin, man, like...
I meant no offense, just...
Yeah, nah. Lieutenant doesn't know how to finish the sentence. He looks at you, putting the trap back at the ground. Yeah, I thought so, jerk. Man, no offense. Out here grinning like an idiot.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Oh no. Am I about to take damage for looking at a bullet hole covered wall again? Look, Cam, even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here. Visual calculus.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs.
Was this a wall used for firing squads? Oh shoot.
Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
Why not?
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Visual calculus.
unable to piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole in their hypothesis.
Fine, okay.
The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its deadly smile.
No! Why is my visual calculus so bad? Why did I pass the other checks that I actually needed? Sign says entree to Dante. Old ticket taker booth no longer in operation. Question, what's up? Door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. BB tag or DNF duel? Which would I rather play? Give me a sec. It's a hard question to answer. Probably BB tag. I feel like there's more to that game. Oh hey, cool, magnesium. And glasses. What was I saying? Yeah, probably BB tag. I feel like there's more to BB tag than there is to, what do you call it, DNF duel. Like, I can hit someone with a high-low mix, and then I can actually do something with the combo structure that is crossover, whatever the hell, with BB tag. In DNF duel, it feels like I'm limited on my offense because of my mana gauge that goes up as I take damage. And then, in some instances, I've seen someone just basically borderline dies and then hits the opponent once, and now they win the game because they have double the mana they started with. And then proceed to make sure that all of that goes into a turbo super, because that's the only time that you actually get a super. A similar problem to what I had with Street Fighter Ultra. Ultra Street Fighter 4. DNF, because at least then you know the stuff you were fighting against is BS. You know that in BB tag as well, though.
This is the trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. But the reeds hiss and shake in the darkness that has settled over the abandoned camp. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
The lieutenant takes a note. More out of habit than duty. Let's keep going. Next one is a lucky one. How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying myself. And I want to make it absolutely clear, I don't really believe the phasmid exists, okay? Say nothing. How are you enjoying the cardio, man?
Always up for a good jog. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
He smiles and raises his collar. It's windy. Ask me else any question. You've dropped into the Ruby universe and need to select a romantic partner. Who you choosing? Does their sexuality matter? None. The writing in Ruby is ass. It was good before Monty died. And then it had a dip in quality, a noticeable dip in quality. But then it came back, didn't it? Started getting a little bit better. Yes, their sexuality matters. Oh, well, shoot, dude. I was probably gonna pick Yang, but she's in Lesbians with the one black-haired chick, right? Something like that. I just go to the fisherman shacks? I feel like that's where I need to go next. The main reason I would pick Yang, though, is because Bionic Arm and... No, wait. There's... I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I should stop there. I really do. Too late. Already clipped. Okay, like, she's got the whole bionic arm thing. She's blonde. There's the obvious one that I'm not gonna state. And the other thing that I was thinking about is... what's her pain threshold? Because of her semblance.
An easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
Okay then. Get auto-modded, nerd. Are you gonna play Sekiro with a no-death run? I don't think so. Actually, scratch that no-damage run. I feel like I could do it if I actually took the time. I just don't really feel like it. A drop in temperature, easy your flow, easy street for you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries, no more drivers smoking on hitch steps, just silence. What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley, craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Who are the people who live across the road? What about the bus stop?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware.
What about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
Dead dog?
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
It's enough.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Should have expected that though. Oh, the getting auto-modded? Yeah. Gonna play DMC5 again and actually learn combos? We gotta get you trained for FF16. I learned some Virgil combos, but no one else. Not legitimately. Charge doing combos Omega lol. I'm joking. I'm gonna mention it. Or Strong is gonna flip. He's gonna clip a combo and say frick you Tenjin again. Yeah. Yeah, I got that right. Did you answer the Ruby question yet? Also, there's only one wrong answer. The thing is, I don't like most of the characters in that show, in all honesty. Like... You got... What is this? What's in here? Oh, nothing is. You're right. Oh. A bow tie. You got Ruby, who's underage. You got Blake, who is... I want to say a coward. Doesn't she just run away from 90% of what's going on? Or something like that? Yang, who has her own issues. I don't remember all of them. Kira was alright, but she's a little bit too perfect, if you know what I mean, right? And I guess that was the intention with the character. Who's the crazy pink-haired chick? Maybe her. Maybe her. I don't remember learning about what her semblance was, though. And there's Yang's mom. Who the heck else was in there? Pink Neo, or you mean orange hair with pink color, which is Nora. Oh, yeah, Nora. Nora's who I was talking about. Neo, she's like a mute, right? She's the mute chick with the umbrella, and there's like a sword in the umbrella. She seems really intense. I don't think I could take her. Isn't she sadistic or something?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that cover.
There's the one chick that serves what's her name with, I think, 4 arms. I don't care for her. Who the hell else exists? Oh, the robot. Penny? You got me about to look this up, man. I'm gonna look this up. Screw you. Ruby girls. Female characters. Neo, Yang, Weiss. I forgot about Weiss. Blake, Cinder, Pyrrha, Summer. I don't know who the hell you are. There's a whole lot of characters that I don't recognize. Salem. Oh, that's who the 4 arms chick was. Wait, did she have 4 arms? I think she had 4 arms. Not sure. No one had 4 arms would continue. I could have sworn she had 4 arms. I don't know, man. I feel like Nora would get really annoying. Nora would get annoying. The same would probably go for Yang. You know what? Screw it. Maybe Neo. Probably Neapolitan, because she doesn't talk. Honest to God. Just because she doesn't talk. I'm thinking her. I mean, God. Like girls because she doesn't talk feels weird, man. Oh my God. Honestly, I respect that. Know nothing about Ruby, but would also pick her. Right. I would only really be worried about her having sadistic feelings. A lot of those. And if those end up being directed toward me, I'm not quite sure how that would pan out. Get you choose Jury's feet? What are you on about? I don't know what to do now. Like the trap near the canal you crossed southeast of the village. What's her name ain't out here anymore. Anything in the traps? Where are the traps in the first place? They have to be near the water, right? Here you are.
This trap's not too hot. The reeds bend forlornly toward the water. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks, sickly pale against the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Sup, Trashy?
The reeds bend forlornly toward the water. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks, sickly pale against the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always.
Did I just click the same? I clicked the same thing twice. What's wrong with me? I only did that. It's good.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. Bummer it wasn't here. Getting tired? One more time. I must stress that I did not expect a cryptozoological monstrosity in this trap. I'm gonna put the trap
The
down.
lieutenant stretches his back.
Happy America Day. I'm gonna go hang out with friends, but I just stopped by to say hi. Ah, well, I appreciate it. Hope you hanging out with friends is fun. Happy America Day, everyone. Trap in Land's End, far northeast of the Feld building. Forgot that it was even a holiday. It doesn't get people out of school, so doesn't matter. Okay. I'm sure there are a number of people that have a serious issue with what you have just said. Where the hell is the trap? Gotta be somewhere up here, right? Door that I can't open. If I do open it, then it's gonna break. Here you are. I think.
It takes you a moment, but finally, you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locusts.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a real monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Do you get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap? But what if it was the plasmid? What if it ate them and got out? Yeah, it probably wasn't the plasmid, but still, Morel needs to know. You're right, but I still need to tell the cryptozoologist about this. You're right.
Okay, but after that we get back to our own assignments. There really is no explanation for this detour at this point of the investigation.
Well, that's that, I guess. Last trap is empty. Return to Morel on the way to whirling with the news. Sink the sun to the Noid. Determine where the shot came from. I've been trying to find the places for the... Where the hell... Ugh. This can't be a... What?
Is there
What is
something
this?
here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Over the coast... Oh. Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator. Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there. What about the cigarette butts? Look over the water to the whirling in rags. What about the cigarette butts?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joan? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
Lieutenant looks up, raising his collar. Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator?
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year.
He looks around.
Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it?
Look over the water.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance and the air, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. It's late. There is no light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. No shape moves behind it. Glazia must be out on the town, smoking, drinking, being happy and elated, without you. Because you're here, freezing in the wind, aren't you? Doing your detective work.
Okay, well that's one place ruled out. Island. Oh hey, shirt. And money. How do I get that same thing to trigger for here? Hmm. Is this where I need to be? Boardwalk and island. Is this the boardwalk? Is it somewhere here that... Here it is. Careful there, these floorboards look rotten and weak. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. This is the boardwalk, isn't it? Why am I unable to check to see if someone can make a shot from here? I don't understand. Is there some sort of perception check? Some sort of visual calculus check? Am I failing? Oh boy, here we go. People paid money to park here? No one would pay now. I feel like I'm missing something. But I can't tell. Island. Ask me a funny question. What superpower would you use? The superpower can only be used once a day and cannot stack. For how long? One-hour limit. I used to say telekinesis. I'd probably say presence manipulation now. Having someone either not know that I've entered a room even though I'm very clearly there, or being the biggest aura in the room is appealing to me. But if you stop, then you waste your use. Reality alter? That's just cheating! Fine on omnipotence. Why? I don't know, man. I feel like that one would just be annoying or maddening. For only about an hour, you just have all of the information in the world, in the universe. What's to say? Do you remember it when you come out of the hour? Or do you keep the kind of crazy? Do you only remember select things? What's... I feel like that has repercussions. Serious repercussions. Omnipotence, not omniscience. Oh, my bad. The ability to do anything. Okay, that's still cheating. Still cheating. Where am I right now? Okay, this is the bridge. There's something that connects these two. The water, whatever the heck. Floodgate. And I should be around here. I wish I could turn this map into the one for the... What do you call it? Image ledger. And they the net picker, knickknacks, hanged man, horseback monument, Lasse, no, Andre, scattering of bullet holes. Set of tracks. I mean, he can do anything for an hour except do something longer than an hour. How's that cheating in accordance with the question? I have any superpower for 1 hour a day? Yeah, but is this being God for an hour? Okay, day one, alter the rules of my power usage, now I win. You see? It's cheating. He pulled the, I'm going to use one of my 3 genie wishes to wish for more wishes. I can do anything? Anything includes altering the rules? My god. Gaming the system. That's messed up. What island is it talking about? Does it mean... It means here. And then the other place should be here, doesn't it? Shouldn't it? Am I supposed to go somewhere into the church? Like, I would figure it would be somewhere at the top of the church, but there's nowhere that leads up in the church. At least nowhere that I remember. These shoes? They are. Wrong, you can do anything except alter the rules. That was not in your question. Yes, this is in systemic arguments now. Oh boy. Semantics. That's what it was. I read that wrong. Came from the stained glass window. Still has letters on it too. What did? What did? Stop, playhead. Don't want to talk much anymore. Thanks? Alright, playhead. Starting to annoy me with this. The joke's not funny anymore, man. I'm at the very least going to get rid of this comment. Next time I'll have something else. I mean, here's hoping. Why is there no perception check? Or, no, visual calculus check. Any of those checks. Whatever it was. But I also said earlier, except do something longer than an hour. Wait, but he's not doing anything longer than an hour. He's just using the ability to change the rule set so that he gets more than an hour of power. That doesn't take an hour to do. At least not to my knowledge. Okay, but if I change the rules to not have that rule, then after that 1 hour, that limit would not be there anymore. Yeah. Exactly my logic. You're still out here, huh? Wait, what is this? Can I kick this down or something?
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
Push it
The
over.
pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Okay. Here, I thought I would die if I stepped over that. School of fish huddle around the fence post, then scatter into the dark. Ay, ay, ay. Can't change the limit. Power God said no, and Strange accepting the rules so it became rule for everyone. Hmm? What do you mean? How exactly does that work? I feel like maybe I'm only able to trigger whatever it is. Wait. That's a doorway. Do I have to actually make it into the building? How? Both of those are closed. There's no door. Oh wait, ladder. Question mark. No, because it would let me climb the ladder from out here. Yeah, also I think the rungs are broken. I really don't know where it's trying to tell me to go. Either way, I think I'm gonna call it here. Because there's some stuff I might want to do today. So I'm going to save and then back out. Okay, fine, I'll not have my chosen power for more than an hour, but I will give I will then give myself every other power. God. Ah! Stranger accepts the Stranger Code and becomes law for the world. There you go. Anyway, guys, that's it. We're done with Disco Elysium. Tomorrow I will return with Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations, the second game in the series, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday will be some Resident Evil. Friday will be Monster Hunter Frontier, and then Saturday will be big question mark. No, it'll be Street Fighter 6 more than likely. So yeah, that's that. If you guys got anything to say to me or anyone else who decided to join, hit up the Discord below the stream. If you click the picture that says Discord, I'm gonna go get food, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, morning, or night, whatever time it might be for you. Thank you for watching, and I forgot to look for someone to raid. Frick me. Never mind, I just won't do it today. I ain't gonna do it. Wait, we done? Yeah, we're done. I'm kind of running out of steam, for at least for the time being. But, yeah. Bro, raid lazy bozo. Yeah, you got that right. Anyway, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.